Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to our Tuesday night chat. It's so exciting to be with you tonight. This is one of my favorite times together because we are going to be talking to the experts, the people who are coming to the Freedom Summit who share with us everything that they know, have, and that we can take away and improve our lives and make them better. So, I'm Kelly Wilkins from My Self Reliance. It's so good to be with you all, and especially all of our guest speakers in the room tonight. We are a countdown, only days away from our Freedom Summit 2025. And if you haven't got your ticket yet, I recommend that you get register for either your free ticket, for your camping ticket, or for your speaker ticket. And on top of that, you can also register to do one of the amazing workshops that are on offer. And you'll hear about those from some of our speakers tonight. So, without further ado, I am going to introduce you to Brad from GreenClean. Brad, welcome.
Hello, thank you, Kelly, for having me. Nice to meet you all. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to the summit. Myself, Russell, and Sabine will be coming. And basically, we're from GreenClean, and we set up GreenClean, which is a association that helps the environment. And the way that we help the environment is mainly mitigating a lot of the effects of geoengineering and weather manip. So a while ago, I got sick and tired of seeing the trails up in the sky and sort of abnormal weather events, flash flooding and drought, and I knew that it wasn't all natural. So I started to do a lot of homework in this space and became very well educated about it. And then I started to think, well, I need a solution. So we found a solution, and it's in the form of structured water and orgone energy. So a guy by the name of Urs Werfs got me started, and he's from Germany. And I'm just going to pull up a little map now if I can share the screen. Okay, so that is the amount of nature harmony stations worldwide. Me and the team have personally set up all the ones in Australia and New Zealand, and what they are they are orgone accumulators. So they accumulate orgone energy, which is life force energy, or some might call it prana or chi. It's actually the energy that exists in nature. It's a primordial life force energy that Wilhelm Reich discovered in the 60s. There's actually 50 years of science on this, and there's many books and people talking about this, but it isn't mainstream. It's a bit away from mainstream, probably because it wasn't part of the agenda. So anyway, these are the ones that are happening all around the world. And what they do is they remove stagnation. And where does stagnation come from? Well, it comes from weather manipulation, the trails in the sky, the plastics in the water, all the fossil fuels that are being burnt, all the things that man do to this planet causes a disturbance in the resonance of nature. So nature should resonate, it should all be thriving. And what we do is we bring in orgone energy or life force energy, we build it up and send it out much stronger. So by having a harmony station, it's much like planting a small forest. So what we see is the actual physical removal of these trails in the sky. We can go to an area, set these devices up, and we can literally either remove stuck clouds or clear hazy skies. We can generate natural fluffy clouds. We can bring rain. So I'm gonna just share with you some pictures of what I'm talking about. This particular one was set up at Uluru for Aboriginal community, right behind Ayers Rock. And that's the NHS 2.0 with an orgone beam. It does about 50k radius. We set this up just before the Cosmic Consciousness Conference, and there was no rain on the radar. And being in the desert at Uluru, it was pretty rare that we would get it, and people thought we were crazy. But surely enough, by the time everyone was heading back on the plane from Uluru to Sydney, the plane actually got cancelled because there was so much rain. So It was much needed rain, natural rain. This is a desert dweller that we set up to leave in the desert to promote more rain in the desert. So people might say, well, why do you want more rain? Well, rain is cleansing and purifying, and it brings back all the greenery, all the plants, all the wildlife, all the birds. So um, the indigenous people talk about the lands being futile again and full of life, like green oases in the desert again. And that's our vision is
Fertile.
to our vision is to bring back the abundance of nature and to look up in the sky and see a beautiful blue sky, natural clouds, not this hazy blanket. Because when they do that sort of stuff, it really affects not only us, how we feel, like on a beautiful day versus a hazy day, but also what it's doing to the soil as well. It's taking out all the minerals in the soil, so therefore the all our plants are becoming weaker, and it's a big problem. They're actually blocking the sunlight, and there's many things going on as to why they do the geoengineering. So this is an orgone beam. Also, at this one's at Katajuya, and we also do. I mentioned structuring water. So these devices hook up to your sink, to your shower, to we have portable units and also agricultural units. There's many benefits of structured water, which I will get into further on the day. But I'm just going to talk quickly about Norfolk Island. So after they heard that we got rain to the desert, these people here in this picture asked for us to come to Norfolk Island because they were in a drought. So people were buying in water, $300 a tank. The newspaper was saying they were going to have to start importing water from the mainland of Australia over to Norfolk. So they got me over there. We set up three of these stations, and as we were doing that, it started to sprinkle. I've got all this evidence on my YouTube, on my Telegram. And then the local said, well, that's not enough rain. We need more than that. I said, well, give it a chance. Nature's got to come back into balance again. And I was on the radio there and stuff. It was a big deal. And by the time I left, there's only been some light showers. So the local, he wasn't really too impressed. And I said, mate, just give it a week at least. Anyway, he calls me up in a week. He says it's raining and he's really happy. Anyway, 7 months later, I got a call not long ago. He's like, "Oh, some of the locals are asking me to turn this thing off because it's raining." And then so he checked in with the local farmer, and the local farmer said, "No, bring it on. We need the rain." So there's been much more rain there. And that grass is no longer grey; it's green. The streams are flowing again. The creeks are flowing. There's much more animals that left the island that come back to the island in the form of birds. So it's really restoring nature, and I think this is a important part of where we're heading collectively into some might want to call it the new earth or the new paradigm or a new way of being, like a conscious way of being, where we're living in harmony with nature. Well, unfortunately, nature's been destroyed in many ways, so it's our job to restore it, to bring it back into balance, and that's what the harmonizers do. They bring back balance, they create torus field energy, which promotes natural flow and healthy weather. So when you go and structure the water in a creek, we have these special balls, which I'll show you, which have been spun up to a year in some cases. These balls, their memory is spin, so it's a vortex. The calcium in the ball holds the spin frequency. When you put it in the water, it's pulsing. It's pulsing a vortex, a spin. So that structures the water. When the water's structured, it can start to repair itself. It can start to heal itself. It can start to clean itself, and it can bring cloud formation. So it's a big part of what we're doing. Um, this one here, these special balls that we offer on a fan. If you pointed that fan at the sky, you could literally remove those trails in the sky, and
Hmm.
far better than any burning vinegar or anything like that. So we've got different devices for harmony in the environment, for clearing the sky, for better weather, for more rain, for also protection from flooding as well, because a bad flood is generally a build-up of stagnation. So if there is no stagnation, it's not going to rain as hard. Therefore, you're not going to get as much flooding. Obviously, there is big weather events which sometimes cause a lot of destruction, which is super hard to keep up with, especially if there's no devices there or not many. But the more grids that we create of this energy, of nature's energy, the more flow and the less stagnation we have in the environment, so nature can do its thing. So yeah, is there any questions about what we do? Hopefully I've explained it well enough in that short time.
Yeah, that's amazing. And Brad is going to be speaking at 5:30 on the Friday, the 24th of October at the Freedom Summit. And so you want to get along and see these uh, organites in action, and also touch and feel and
All
take some
going.
home for yourself. Really, that's the key, is get some happening in your backyard so that we can
Yeah.
um, send this good energy everywhere.
Yeah, and I'll just quickly mention orgone versus orgonite because people often get confused. So orgone energy is a life force energy. Orgonite is a sort of an off branch of that, which it does work, but it has to be neutralized. So the way they used to do it when they used to build orgonite, where they had it hooked up to running water in a stream or a creek, and it was moved around all the time. So if you don't move these orgonite devices around, they can actually start to build up plus polarization, which can also cause DOR, which is deadly orgone radiation. So the thing that we do, the way it's made, is balanced. It's grounded. It's neutralized. So therefore, it won't build up any adverse reactions, and it's safe. Also for the body, helping EMF, and also for the garden, there's many benefits too. So yeah, thank you.
No, thanks, Brad. That was excellent. No, we look forward to seeing you there. And I'm
Yeah,
sure there'll be lots of questions. I know I have a few questions, but we might circle back and hear from some of the others, and then
yeah.
and
I actually have to hop off. I've got to head out, but thank you so much for having me, and I look forward to coming to the summit.
beautiful. Thanks, Brad.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate
Nice to meet you all. Cheers.
it. See you.
Bye bye.
Lovely. Get you to finish sharing.
Yeah, so how do I do that? Okay, one sec. Can you cut me off or
I
oh, here
don't
we
know.
go. Oh, here we go. Stop there. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Lovely.
Yeah.
We'll now go to Cheryl from Divine Gateway. And Cheryl has been to the Freedom Summit before. Welcome, Cheryl. Good to have you.
Thank you very much, Kelly, for allowing me to have this opportunity to let everybody know what it is that I do. I am a Reiki master and an animal energy healer. Tonight, I would like to focus just on the animals. Now, we all like to, find holistic avenues for ourselves, but there are actually holistic avenues for our animals as well. And so what I do, I'll just explain what animal energy healing is. It's a gentle, non-invasive, holistic method that supports animals' natural ability to heal physically, emotionally, and energetically. It involves working with the subtle energy fields of animals, and it helps restore balance, reduce stress, and promote overall well-being. So everything in the universe, including our animals, is made up of energy, and this energy flows through and around the body in what we often called energy fields or biofields. So when an animal experiences stress or trauma, illness, or environmental changes, this energy can become blocked and unbalanced. So the energy healing helps unblock and rebalances that flow. So it's not really about diagnosing or curing disease, it's about supporting the whole being, body, mind, and spirit. Okay, so how does it work? Okay, I'll give you a little brief on how it works. So when a practitioner places their hands near or gently on the animal, they're working with the intention and awareness to help shift the animal's energy back into balance. They aren't doing something to the animal, but rather creating a space for the animal's own innate healing to activate. Yeah, so just think of it like as a musical instrument. The energy field when disrupted can sound out of tune, and healing energy helps put it back into tune, or helps restore the natural harmony. As a practitioner, I can feel sensations like heat and tingling, emotional shifts, and the animals often respond with signs of relaxation like yawning, sighing, lying down, and even falling asleep. In some sessions, the animals might move around, and that's okay. They are very in tune with energy. Animals are, and they, will guide the healing process intuitively. And they will know when it's enough as well. More often so than us humans do. So that's just a little bit about what I do, and I am holding a workshop where you can find out more information, and I might go into a little bit of animal communication as well in that. And you can also come and see me at my stall, and I'll be happy to answer any questions or help you with your animals.
Wow, thank you so much for that, Cheryl. I love that we went from energy healing the weather to energy healing animals. So that's just a perfect flow on. Cheryl does a beautiful job, and I can speak firsthand of her good work. So thanks, Cheryl. Looking forward
Thank
to
you very
that.
much, Kelly.
We're now going to go to Sophia.
Hello,
Okay.
everyone. Thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited to be coming to the summit. This is our first time coming. I'll be coming with myself. My name's Sophia, my husband, and my 3 kids. And so we kind of got into this business. So my business I guess you'd call it like a supplement company, but it's kind of a lot more than just that. So it started when I was younger. I had a lot of different health issues. And like most of us, I guess, we kind of try and figure out how to heal, and the conventional models aren't really successful in doing that. So I went into the world of like nutrition and trying to figure out, what to eat. And through doing that, I healed all of my chronic illnesses. So that was really encouraging. But it led me to start looking into all of the other areas that we're misled, and that maybe we rely on the system a little bit too much. So ended up going down other paths, like birthing out of the system. So we just had so my first daughter was born at home, and then I just recently had surprise twins because I didn't have any scans. So we did it's called a free birth, or like a what's another term for it? But basically just me and my husband just did it at home. So that was really nice. So yeah, we've got kind of this we really align well with this idea of like not relying on any other systems to for us, and just having that radical self accountability. And so this is kind of how I led into this business, was looking into the idea of the terrain theory. I'm not sure if anyone has heard this concept, but it's like the body has a innate wisdom, and it has an innate ability to heal itself. And it's so much more about our internal health, rather than, like we were just born, sick, or we will have genetics that's bad, or it's because of this, and this that we can't control. But the terrain theory is really to do with like getting those fundamental things that we can control. And a lot of those things are like free, like, getting out into the sunlight, eating healthy food, just all of those really simple things. So yeah, our business is, we have a lot of like, what would you call it? Whole food supplements, things that are not like they're not like heavily processed, or I can't think of the term that I'm trying to use. Anyway, that's okay. So we sell things like cod liver oil, liver capsules. We've got lots of detoxifying type products like castor oil, Epsom salts. So many different things. We've got a lot of nice tallow creams. yeah, so I guess the premise behind it all is that we're just supporting what the body already can naturally do. We're not trying to like suppress any of the symptoms or, you know, like a lot of pharmaceuticals do. We're just allowing the body to do what it naturally does and like supporting it with, you know, in the most natural ways possible. So yeah, I have signed myself up to do a little talk about terrain theory and the falsification of the germ theory, which is basically what we've all been taught to believe since we were like before we could talk, is that, you know, you get sick from germs, like it's just random, there's nothing you can do about it. And it's very fear-based, and it's very much not in alignment of this idea of like relying, you know, like that you have responsibility and accountability for your health. You know, it's always somebody else's problem, it's always somebody else's fault. So yeah, thank you so much for the opportunity. And yeah, I love all that I've heard so far has been really in alignment with what I believe. So yeah, it's really nice.
Oh, Sophia, you are so in the right place. I love that you're coming along. And Sophia, I just want to have one question. Your company is called Raw Milk and Honey,
Yes.
but you don't sell raw milk or honey.
No, unfortunately not. So my Instagram name, which is what I'm known by, is Raw Milk and Honey. So that's where the name comes from. But yeah, unfortunately, no raw milk.
Okay, good. Just checking on that because
Yeah.
someone in the chat was asking for actual raw milk, and
Okay, right.
yes.
I can help people if they're interested in that, but yeah, come and talk to me and I can maybe lead you in the right direction.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Well, you know, it's everything that you just said is really aligned with who we are and what we're about at My Self Reliance. So thank you. And also do go along and see Sophia, her workshop. There we do have a beautiful workshop space, which you'll be able to go in on the Saturday and be able to hear from Sophia. Okay, lovely. Thank you so much. Next, we're going to go to Marilyn. Welcome, Marilyn.
Thank you for this opportunity to share what we are going to bring to the My Self Reliance retreat. Thank you, Kelly, for the opportunity to bring my, how do I say it? They're delicious, delicious on the lips, and they don't put inches on the hips. Do you like that?
Very nice.
So our journey began in natural health over 40 years ago now. That I used to be a trained nurse midwife and was sick of being sick. So I understand where Sophia is coming from in looking for natural health alternatives, because that was the path that I embarked on when things weren't working in the medical system. And I studied then to become a naturopath and osteopath, and went on to study with Mr. Jaffrey to learn true nature cure, naturopathy, where I don't give remedies but educate rather than medicate, and remove the cause of the symptoms. So there's a cause for all the symptoms that occur in our body, and it's good that Brad covered the environmental aspect, because that's a big part of contributing to our toxic load, put it that way. So my husband will be representing the Natural Society with part of our stand at the retreat, and that's where I met Cecil, with the Natural Society holding health talks. Cecil used to be an avid taper of all the talks, and Roger French was in my nutrition class, who used to be manager of the Natural Society, and he wanted me to assess one of his talks. So went along and wasn't able to get there at the time that he was holding it, because I had a seminar on, another lecture. So he said, don't worry, there's a guy there that tapes all the talks, and that was Cecil. So I got to meet him that way, and we've been married now 42 years. And Cecil used to be in organic gardening, the Organic Growers Association. He was president of that. So we're a good combo, with me having studied naturopathy and him having studied organic gardening. 4 years this December, we've moved up to Ellangowan from Sydney, to grow all our own that we can, and be self-sufficient and grow organically. It's very sad seeing the chemtrails this morning and again tonight over our property. So I'm forever praying and declaring that won't land on our roof because we only have tank water. And I filter our water, of course, with a good filtration system. But anyway, getting to the point, Cecil will have past issues of the Natural Society magazine on our stand, and Roger French's book, How a Man Lived in 3 Centuries. And I will have my healthy desserts that I grind all the flour fresh for and provide all organic ingredients in cookies and muffins and raw energy balls and raw beetroot slice, which is Kelly's favourite. And whatever else and yours too, Cherie.
Yes.
So I'll make sure I make plenty of that one, eh? Yeah, so we crack all our nuts fresh from the shell, but certain ones like almonds and cashews and peanuts I buy organic. They'll be in the desserts as well that are out of the shell. Yes, I'll have the nutcracker showing how the macadamias can be cracked easily. The Australian TJ Nutcracker, I've been distributor of those for over 30 years. So that makes, children can crack nuts easily and enjoy the experience. So, yeah, what else will I have, Kelly? I can't remember.
Oh, Marilyn, we
Is there
are
anything
looking
else in
forward to your healthy, tasty desserts.
If I can get hold of some organic fruit or apples, I'll bring them along.
Beautiful. And so we are well
Well
have
nourished and
very
blessed.
healthy alternate options at the Freedom Summit. So, and we thankful for you for traveling such a long way, Marilyn.
Yes.
So we appreciate that as well.
You're
Beautiful.
welcome. Well, thank you for the opportunity.
Ah, amazing. And also, as Marilyn said, the Natural Health Society magazines will be there, and we love the Natural Health Society as well. So thank you for representing them. Next, we're going to go to Cherie. Welcome, Cherie.
Thank you, Kelly.
Now, Cherie is well known for her purple hat and also for her wherever there's a
I
need,
love
there's
it.
a will for that. But this Freedom Summit, Cherie's going to be talking all about healing children.
My background is essential oils for the last 16 years. And I started the Raindrop Room in 2019 with a special massage, using massage techniques to apply essential oils to just your feet and your back, so that your whole body is affected and you get off the table feeling so blissed out that you probably don't want to drive. So that was 2019, and COVID happened, and that sort of shut that whole thing down for a while. So I went back to promoting the essential oils and teaching people about that. Just recently, it's been on my heart to talk about how to grow healthy kids, because I've recently learned some things that I wish I'd known when I had my children. And I even wish that my mother had that information when she was raising us. So I've had the opportunity to create a whole range of different types of talks and things, and I will eventually be doing retreats for this. So mums with dependent children will be able to tap in and learn and grow. So I'm just going to quickly go through what it's going to look like. So here we go. Mums will be aware, alert, and attentive to their kids' health, happiness, and harmony in the family. So in the future, there'll be lots of learning and laughing and loving and wellness for generations, because the children are learning the new habits, the proper habits, so that they'll teach their kids, and we'll end up with generational wellness. So my my little platform is the ring toy, and we start with establishing the basics, and we use oxygen OWN, which is oxygen, water, and nutrition. I teach the mums how to get their children to breathe through their nose, and the ways to drink water that makes it more efficient and effective, and how to recognize the right nutritional foods and reduce empty calories and that kind of thing. Then we add a ring, and we detect change. So detecting the change early, because when little Johnny's grumpy and you don't deal with it, you're busy, you're doing the dishes or you're making dinner or whatever, it escalates. So then little Johnny's got a bit of a headache, and by the time you get him into bed and asleep and you have a little relax, and then you go to bed yourself, and you're waking up then in the middle of the night because you haven't dealt with that little grumpy bit. So then you've got an emergency, and you're not sure whether you've got to go to the emergency room or whether you can deal with it at home, and if you haven't got the resources. So this is the sort of thing that I'm teaching people to so that they can deal with the grumpy, and you won't get woken up in the middle of the night. So then we have fortify the body, which is switch your products so that you're not using toxins. Awaken is all about movement and mindset. So they're the things that keep you awake and alert and healthy. And then supplement means filling in the gaps in your nutrition so that you've got a good balance of nourishment and that sort of thing. So then we have learn how, and OSH is learning about how to use essential oils, learning about how to decide how much of the supplements that you need. Supplements have a label on the bottle, and it says these are the directions, but often you don't need as much as what's on there, and sometimes you might need more. So it's all about learning how to decipher what things you actually need and how much of that you need, and then some general health tips. And then we practice, and practicing is AIM. A is for application. That's about learning how to apply essential oils, how much of your supplements that you need. It's another part of what we've just learned. We're going to practice. I is for intention. Intention means a lot in health, because when you have an intention, that a few of the people that have just spoken tonight will tell you that intention is part of your energy, and if you've got that energy going for you, then your intention is going to make things happen a lot easier. I can talk to that in this whole program that I'm starting. I accidentally came across the idea to niche on mums, and as soon as I did that with the intention to help mums to grow healthy kids, all of these ducks started to line up for me to be able to do this. So that's what I mean by intention. And M is for mama mode. Now, when you have little Johnny's grumpy and you deal with that at grumpy time, you don't get to the emergency. But if you ever get to the emergency, using an essential oil puts a tool into your body that your body can use to heal itself. It goes into your blood through your skin or into your nose through your olfactory nerve, and in the blood there's about a 15 to 20 minute half-life. So half of that oil is gone within about 15 to 20 minutes. So you put more oil at that time and you'll keep the momentum going. And you can do that up to 3 or 4 hours, and you'll start to see, in fact, you'll start to see straight away the results, but you're actually going to get some big results within 3 to 4 hours. You're always ready to go to the doctor if you need to, or to the emergency, but Mama Mode helps you to prevent the big emergencies, and it helps you to get back to on track. So that's something that I like to share with people. So when this is what it looks like when it's all done. And so when you establish the basics, you build a foundation for health. Detect changes early to avoid a crisis. And a fortified body is a healthy body. Knowledge is power, and practice makes perfect. So I'm calling all mums with dependent children. So your sister, your neighbour, your niece, your brother's wife, your nephew's wife, anyone who's a mum who has kids, any age, that live at home. And there's my details. Yeah, you've got my number there. So we're igniting generational wellness. So with that, I'll hand you back to Kelly. Thanks, Kelly.
Beautiful. Thank you for that beautiful presentation, Cherie, and very easy to follow along. I think with mums having the knowledge in hand and knowing what to do before we get to crisis mode, it keeps everyone calm and in control and ready to take action. And that is the essence of self-reliance. So beautiful. Thanks, Cherie. Wonderful. Well, we look forward to seeing you there, and Cherie, I hope you're doing a workshop at the Freedom Summit, because I think that's the place we would love to hear more of that.
I will be talking to people on my stall, and if there's an opportunity to do a bit of a workshop, then we'll do that too.
Wonderful.
Happy to.
Wonderful. All right. Well, last but not least, we're moving on to Adam. And Adam is that silver guy. Welcome, Adam.
Hey, Kelly, how are you?
Very good. So now you are in the dark there, Adam. So
Yeah,
get going to be able to see you a bit better.
trying to create an image that just looks like a bald head floating in the black.
Really? Is that what you're going for? It really is working.
Does it work quite well?
Yes, it does. Yes.
I tell you, I live in the bush, in the forest, and so when I'm outdoors, I light myself a fire, and I sit contemplating my navel and making my dinner, outside of my tiny home, which right there is a bus that I live in the middle of nowhere. It's an off-grid kind of a life, but it's my choice. And I'm listening to the accents in the room and hearing other Kiwis. So there's plenty of people who will understand that that whole sense that we New Zealanders have about being free and living a bit rugged is a very real thing. I'm a bit of a non-player when it comes to society. Actually, I don't have a letterbox, and Anyway, I very rarely present. I quite like to answer questions, but I'll tell you one or two sentences to kick the questions off. For 4 years, I've been offering privacy as a service. So my customers are everybody from teenagers with $10 a week, right the way through to high net worth individuals who've just sold a property and might want to explore the world of gold and silver. And so in that 4 years, I've amassed a bunch of quite interesting stories and lots of pretty cool experiences around what the bullion world is all about in Australia. We're the world's second largest manufacturer of silver, by the way. And some fascinating things are going on globally with the thing we call money. Yeah, I'm not going to do a spiel right now because it's it's like trying to describe the universe in 3 sentences. But I would love, if anyone's got any questions, I'm very happy to do a Q&A. What have you got? Who's first?
Well, I'm gonna get start because first of all, I want to say, Adam, thank you for being one of our major sponsors of the Freedom Summit, and I didn't understand the world of gold and silver before I met you, Adam, and now I really understand the value of trading in, particularly in silver, and how it can be used as a daily currency rather than that other thing that you call money. So one of the things that we're going to be doing at the Freedom Summit is Adam will allow the option for you as a trader, if you would like for people to trade with you in silver, then people can certainly purchase the silver and spend the silver at the Freedom Summit. So it can happen in real time. And so I think that's a very valuable option as we look at how we can maneuver.
The key idea that people should immediately absorb is that although you might not immediately understand how immensely financially good for you that is, my new role in your life is to help you avoid all the risk, because there really at the moment is none. Silver is up 25% in the last 30 days. So, you know, there's some fascinating things going on in and around what are our financial systems. And at all times, my customers are using my services to move seamlessly between commodities that they want to buy, silver and Aussie dollars. Those 3 things form what I call the silver exchange triangle, the SET. And so if you imagine part of the mystery is that we've been told that little pieces of plastic with numbers written on them are money, and they're not. They're debt. And the world is very quickly running out of time to understand what gold and silver are really all about.
So the nice thing is that you can someone can pay you the value of silver today, and then you hang on to it, and that value just keeps going up, is what he's saying. So can you please share with everybody what you're doing around the coffee silver? Tell us about that.
Wow. Okay. Cafes and coffee shops, and you know, they're fascinating places because it's where we all go to socialize, and you know, we do our Mother's Days and our Father's Days and our birthdays, and over a coffee we connect. So coffee is very powerful, and what I've done is notionally given a coffee the value of 1 gram of silver, which right now today is about $6. And I've got some participating coffee shops who sell the first takeaway coffee and put a sticker on it inviting the drinker to text in for a code. We give them a code number. They go back to that same coffee shop, and I pay in silver for the second cup of coffee. So the cafe is getting a repeat customer. The customer is getting a second coffee for free, and I'm getting somebody on my database. It works for all 3 of us. They get coffee, I get a database entry, and the cafe gets paid in money rather than in currency.
And also what you also have is a coffee shop who wants to accept silver as their payment system. So there you're building actual exchange in real time of shops who will use the coffee. Now, can you tell us how it's going to work at the Freedom Summit?
Absolutely. I think that technology aside, the most simple way for it to work is stall holders start to announce that they're willing to be paid in silver. And what they invite their customer to do is duck over to my table, put down their $20. I'll give them $20 worth of silver, and then they go back to the stall holder and make a payment with that piece of silver. I think that may be the simplest, quickest way, but in behind what I do, and to help right now about 25 of my clients to spend their silver in the real world, is we have some technology that allows them on their phone to operate effectively an ATM, like a silver ATM. Right now in the Australian government world, the banks offer ATM to supply you with dollar notes, $50 bills. We run an ATM that supplies you with silver. And so moving silver in and out of that ATM process is the next big step for my services, so that customers can walk into a shoe shop, they will pick the shoes, they'll grab the BSB and account number from that shoe shop owner. I will pay for the shoes. So the shop owner sees Aussie dollars hit their bank account, and my customer goes back to pick up the shoes. And what we do is use up some of that client's silver that they have on storage with us. So they're turning their silver into an everyday commodity, everyday usable commodity. If you have dollars in the bank, the only guarantee is that $100 next year is not going to buy you what $100 buys you this year. But if you have money in silver, your $100 in silver is going to buy you, well, at today's growth, something like $150 worth next year. But the silver ounce isn't going to change. It's still 1 ounce of silver. That's not about the silver changing. That's about the dollar dying. As dollars die, it costs more of them to buy the same piece of silver. Gold, gold in the last 12 months has gone from US about $2,400 an ounce. Right now, today, it's knocking on $4,000. It's about $39.60 right now, and it'll go through $4,000 US an ounce in the next. I'm just taking a pan off the fire because it's sizzling madly. In the next couple of days, gold's going to go through 4,000 US. The Americans, bless them, are in decline. They're about to die. The empire we know, the hegemony that is the United States of America, is on its way out. In yours and my lifetimes, we see a repeat of what happened in Weimar, Germany, where the goods in your pocket need a wheelbarrow of money to be purchased, or a wheelbarrow of currency. A lot of people I meet still do not actually know where the currency, the cash in their pocket, or the digits in their ATM, or the digits on their bank account, they don't know where that comes from. And so one of the workshops we'll run at the 24th and 5th and 6th is where does money come from? And we have a cliche in our culture that says money doesn't grow on trees. The truth of the situation is that's absolutely correct. Money doesn't grow on trees. It is manufactured out of thin air. It comes from nothing. And I'll explain how that is and why they've been getting away with it for hundreds and hundreds of years.
Wow. Well, we are completely and totally and utterly excited about everything that you're going to experience at the Freedom Summit with just what we've heard tonight. It's been a snippet of what's available, and I, for one, and just
We're going to have a lot of fun, Kelly. I've bought some clean skin wine. I'm going to be giving away bottles of wine. I've had some labels printed for that. I'm going to be giving away a few ounces of silver at the table. I've got a little game online that we in an imaginary sense, we put 2 ounces of silver. We hide them in 25 imaginary cupboards, and people guess which cupboard the silver is in. If they guess, they win the silver. It's really simple, but that's an 8% chance of winning. Like 2 ounces hidden over 25 cupboards. You don't get odds like that. And right now an ounce is about $88. So for doing nothing, you can win an $88 ounce of silver. I've allocated nearly $1,000 worth of silver just for giving away in that game. So I'm coming with an expectation that I will be making a bit of a noise and that people will go away thinking, wow, that's fascinating. I need to learn more. And my way of being in the world is to educate first. I'm managing now after 4 years to finally pay myself a wage, $500 or $600 a week. And that's for the first time. It's been hard slog. And, but there's nothing more enjoyable than giving a few ounces of silver away and surprising people.
Wow. And if you want to play that game, all you need to do is jump on the Telegram. You can join the My Self Reliance channel. Adam has, it's actually called Self Reliance and Food Storage channel, or you can jump onto Adam's. I'll get you to type it in the chat, Adam.
Yeah, beauty.
That's Silver Guy Telegram.
I'll put the Telegram link, but I'll put the link. I'll put the link also to what we're calling the Silver ATM, and that's a place where people can go and read about how we're creating the environment where people can seamlessly move between dollars and goods and services and silver.
Lovely. Now, as you do that, I saw Joyce had her hand up. Joyce,
hello,
you're
Joyce.
our guest tonight. Would you like to ask a question?
And then she took it down again. I wanted to know how to learn more, and you just answered the question.
Oh, beautiful.
As our major sponsor, Adam will come on and do a full interview, a full hour with us following the summit. And so we'll be able to get into it a lot more in detail and play some more games. And Adam is generously giving us some silver ounces in the raffle as well. So guys, it's been so much fun tonight. I am so excited to see you guys all in the summit in just a few really weeks, days to go. So, but stay tuned for next Tuesday because we have another round of speakers and presenters coming on and sharing all the experts. You can meet them and find out a little bit more about what you can expect at the summit. Thanks, guys, for sharing tonight. Welcome to the My Self Reliance Freedom Summit. It's so good to have you here. We have had a cracker of a weekend and it's not over yet.
Very honoured to be invited to come and be a part of this and get to speak and share some information about what freedom means to me and how we can help others learn to attain it.
Hi, I'm Connie. I'm a visitor here today at the My Self Reliance Expo with one of my boys. He's having a ball, I'm having a ball. The stalls are fantastic, the speakers are awesome. I've certainly learnt plenty along the way from, everything from gardening to spear throwing.
G'day everyone, my name is Murray and I am the owner of Country Meats Direct, which is a home delivery service in Sydney that specialises in free range meat. The reason I came back, I've been here twice now, is because how nice everybody is.
And a massive thanks to Kelly and the crew for organising this event, giving a platform for all of us to come and share our views and ideas and opinions as to what freedom means to us and how we can help share that with others.
And it's a beautiful location to boot. If you're looking for community, if you're looking to be educated on, being more traditional, being more self-reliant, then this is certainly the place to be. It's just done in a very connected way.
It's an amazing community. Kelly does a wonderful job and the people here are the sort of people I want as customers, so that's why I'm here.
What does becoming your best self mean to you, Kelly?
It's pushing beyond the boundaries, knowing myself as where my limits are, and then pushing beyond that to where I want to be. How was Michelangelo be able to create David? He just took away everything that wasn't David until David appeared.
If you're considering coming to the event or joining the community, it's really just about being around good people that share similar values. And, you know, that's what life's all about. You know, life gets stressful, life gets busy. When you do have a bit of free time, you want to spend it with people who are going to, you know, cherish and value that time. And these are the sort of people that do that.
If you are a community group, these events are gold and worth their weight in gold to come and attend. You get to connect with other like-minded people. Great event. My Self Reliance. If you're not here, we'll see you next year.
At My Self Reliance, we're all about bringing communities together. Every month we like to hold workshops to teach you how to be more self-reliant. But if you're not in Sydney, you could be missing out. We're going nationwide. We're teaching you how to bring My Self Reliance to your community. So if you want that too, reach out to me. I'm Kelly Wilkins from My Self Reliance.